Happy Friday, Wakeland. Welcome to Win TV. I'm your anchor, Noah Mack.
And I'm Skye Ford.
Today we will be discussing the time and effort put into the annual Arts in the Square event.
And stay tuned for information on AirPods.
Win TV starts now.
For the past decade, students across the district have brought forth their artistic abilities to Simpson Plaza.
This is a time for Wakeland students to highlight their artwork at this diverse event.
Here's Brighton Short with more on the story.
From pottery to pizza, Frisco Arts in the Square offers it all. On March 30th through the 31st, Frisco Square will host its 10th annual Arts in the Square event, showcasing some of the best local artists, including Wakeland's art students. Ms. Garza's classes have been working hard preparing for this event.
Arts in the Square is in partnership with the ISD, so all the schools and art programs are involved, and there's 5 tents provided by Frisco Square for the students, and their art is all displayed during the event that weekend.
I think it's just good exposure for students outside of the school atmosphere. It gets them out in the public among other artists and vendors, and it's just a really good deal.
Be sure to support your local and student artists at the 10th annual Arts in the Square. I'm Brighton Short for Win TV.
People move to Frisco for many reasons, such as jobs, safety, sports, and academic opportunities.
One of the most notable is the opportunity for a great education at Frisco ISD.
Dalton Arredondo fills us in on an international program that allows students to experience the FISD way.
During their journey through this new environment, these foreign exchange students persevere through adversity and work their way to success.
From every student, every foreign exchange student that I've spoken to, they all have said they wanted to have a new experience in life and just expand their horizons so they can get as immersed in the school culture and the school environment as much as possible. They learn how American culture is, but then they also share what their culture is.
One student in particular is Wakeland Jr. and Elena Aseki, who came here all the way from Germany. Approximately 210 days away from home, she has adapted to our school and reached success.
So back in Germany, school is very different. I think the school life, like the school spirit, that is very different. And in Germany, we don't have school sports, so that is kind of different. At first, it was kind of hard because of the language, because I was just afraid of speaking. But my friends helped me a lot, so it was easier.
Foreign exchange students, from what I've learned, is they're very motivated, they're very driven, and they want to learn in a different environment, and they look forward to going to school in America. I think Wakeland does a good job with making these students feel welcome and as much of a part of it as they can during the time that they're here.
I'm Dalton Arredondo for Win TV.
In our many history classes offered at Wakeland, we have learned about laws that have changed the course of history. David Shager will discuss the impacts of a specific law on our sports program. After that is a sports recap and Wolverine of the Week.
In 1972, President Richard Nixon signed Title IX, a law to protect people from discrimination based on sex in educational programs or activities that receive federal funding. To this day, we can see Title IX's impact and the opportunities it gives to our student athletes.
So it's basically ensuring that there are equal opportunities in a school district for both genders. And so one way I like to think of it is, for example, baseball and softball. You would want to make sure that the facilities are basically up to par for both, that the lighting, the dugouts, anything going on with both baseball and softball, that there's equal opportunity for both genders with that.
Wakeland's own baseball and softball fields put Title IX into question because the softball field's significant lack of size.
Since it's not regulation size, we're not allowed to host tournaments because it's way too small. And like us, Wakeland softball, it's like easier to hit a home run and it affects the score. We want to challenge, we want to hit it farther. We want a bigger field. And like,
with the recent passage of the TRE, Frisco ISD has made plans to resolve the issue over the summer and provide maintenance required to bring both the softball and baseball fields back to standards.
I think it's a great thing for all schools that the bond passed, and I think, you know, the district is going to be able to allocate some more resources. I think all facilities, whether they're you know, male or female sports, you know, should, you know, get the same attention paid to both fields, the same amount of maintenance, and you know, they both be you know, safe and nice for all sports that are involved.
Though it's been 47 years since it's been signed, the impacts of Title IX still continue on today. I'm David Shager for Win TV.
Welcome to Wolverine Replay. Here's how our sports teams are doing so far. Baseball is on the roll with a 2-0 start in district play. Softball is currently 4-1 in district play. Your soccer teams are off to another great playoff run. Boys soccer is tied in first with Heritage with a 10-win, 1-loss, and 3-tie record, while the girls sit in second place with an 11-win, 1-loss, and 2-tie record. Today, your soccer teams take on Frisco. The girls play at home while the boys play away. Great job to our Wolverine sports teams. I'm Ian Gonzalez for Win TV.
I got involved in the Scottish Rite Hospital because a couple years ago my friend Lauren passed away with cancer, and before she passed we would often talk about some of the different challenges that she had when she was staying at the hospital, and one of the biggest things she's always talked about was how she was constantly scared. As part of my project over the summer, I made 100 handmade sewn capes, and I taught other younger kids how to make the capes as well, so the project can be sustainable over a long period of time. My favorite thing out of this whole experience has been getting to see the kids enjoy the projects that I've done with the Scottish Rite, and just seeing how it affects all of them. I'm Reese Kirkham, and I'm Wolverine of the Week.
Listen up, Wakeland. Here's Aiden Yukika on a technological device that is taking society by storm. After that is a quiz for our students. It should be as easy as pie.
Although they were created in 2016, AirPods have just now been sweeping Wakeland. Many individuals are going to great lengths to join the AirPod craze by purchasing anything from so-called fake AirPods to the real Apple product. Apple released their signature AirPods in September of 2016. Despite continued supply struggles, AirPods have gradually grown in popularity and reached an all-time high, with many stores selling out during this previous holiday season. As a result, social media exploded with memes, popularizing the stigma that AirPods are only for the elite. Therefore, this peer pressure caused individuals to invest in so-called imposter AirPods, which sell from $20 to $50 on online retailers. We spoke to Wakeland students for their input on this AirPod craze.
I mean, they're cool, but again, like, what? I don't see the point of AirPods in general. Customized AirPods, I guess if you have the money to spend and you really want to show off, then that's up to you.
Some people also choose to customize their devices with wraps and cases to add a certain level of individuality.
I think it's tacky, and it's kind of a waste of money in my opinion when you just wear it as they are. Instead of like kids pimping out their cars nowadays, you got people pimping out their AirPods. I paid $5 for this case, but I'm not going to waste more money to pimp out AirPods when I can like use it towards like a meal or something, or gas.
Although the headphones may vary, the music connects us all the same. I'm Aiden Yukika for Win TV.
How well do you know your pie? March 14th is National Pie Day, and in celebration, let's take a quick quiz.
Apple. Pumpkin.
Oh my god, that's my ankle. Okay,
Apple. Yeah, apple. Can I say the same thing? Apple? Okay. 3.1415926.
That's definitely more than 4. 3.145.
3.144. Who got it wrong? Who got it wrong? Get it below my lashes. I can't get them wet for 48 hours. Below the lash! Below
Pi or square? Math.
I failed algebra. Oh, no. Wait, no, wait, hold on. I'm guessing. Wait, did I get it right?
Looks like this group needs to brush up on their pie trivia. Whether you are a mathematician or a simple pie enthusiast, I hope you learned something new for Pie Day. This has been Rebecca Green for Win TV.
That concludes this week's episode of Win TV.
For more of what's happening at Wakeland, visit wakelandaccess.com and follow us on Twitter.
I'm Skye Ford.
And I'm Noah Mack.
Remember, stay forever orange and blue, Wakeland.
Have a great day, Wolverines.